Hello, welcome back. Tonight I would love to talk about my grimoires, and I have written quite a few. A grimoire is a very special type of book. For me, is my most beloved book, or books in general. The grimoires are books that come from the shadow, from places that very few people on earth can reach. There has to be some type of psychic abilities or royal abilities or ancient knowledge to be able to bring something that is so far away in the darkness, to bring it back to light, in a form that can be read, can be understood, can be translated. There's a translation that comes into it. And if anyone knows the book of Solomon, the Key of Solomon, where he had that ability, as I've said, it is a very rare ability that I carry too as well. And he wrote a book called The Key of Solomon, where he speaks about the 72 demons, which are very much known, especially in the grimoire genre. And I came on this discovery, approximately almost 1 year, if not 1 year exactly. And in this very short time I was able to write 5 or 6 grimoires. The first one was Payment, the Grimoire of Payment, which is a very large book. It was my first one. I almost felt like if I managed to write that, the rest would be more easy, because it was a very hard book to translate. It was a very large book, a very heavy book with a lot of knowledge. Payment is one of the demons of the Grimoire of the Key of Solomon, the King Solomon who wrote this. And he had ability to contact the demons, talk with them. The demons trusted them, as I said. It's not only on the participant side that he has the ability to communicate or understand them. There is need of acceptance from the demon side that he will share with you knowledge. And that's what makes the grimoires so special. There are very few grimoires in the world, very, very, very few. And these people are chosen as I have been chosen. And the grimoires that I have written, I have put a lot of work, a lot of love, a lot of dedication. They know very well, my subjects, my demons, so to say. The reason why I did it, the purity that came with my work, my true love and devotion that I have for them, towards them, and I think that's why they trusted me with this work. So my first grimoire is called King Payment, the Lord of the Endless Silence, the Lord of the Abyss. King Payment is my father. He showed himself when I was writing the book a lot, and he helped me, he educated me. He was as my teacher trying to help me, support me in this knowledge, because King Payment is the one who carries the knowledge. He is the one who carries all the knowledge of the world. And King Payment is very much into the future. He managed to create a space, a travel machine where he travels, and he's very much into the future. And Grimoire of Payment is extremely beautiful. It's a very large book. I have worked 3 months on it, but very intensively, and it is absolutely gorgeous book. After the book of Payment, I wanted to write more grimoires for other demons as well, and I wrote C3, which is another demon that appears in the Key of Solomon. And C3, the grimoire is called C3, the Voice in the Darkness. And it is a very, very special book, a very large book as well, very beautiful, full of knowledge. C3 represents fire. He's a prince, and he's very, very handsome, very beautiful, and he's extremely intelligent, very smart. He carries a lot of knowledge. I'm very proud of that grimoire as well. After I wrote Gusion, which is a celestial lion. He is the angels. He's represented as a lion, as a celestial lion, and he's a protector. He's a chief commander. He's a master commander. He commands legions, and he is, as I've said, master commander of these legions. He's a warrior, and I wrote the grimoire for him, which is absolutely breathtaking. I love Gusion so much. He carries knowledge as well. He represents the sun as well as the lion does, and I had very beautiful visions with all of them. They showed me things that were out of this world and were very, very special. After I wrote a grimoire of Buea, which was very interesting because the first time I touched the subject of Buea, I felt a lot of fear, because Buea, when he appears, he tests your spirit if you are courageous enough. If you're not, he will not pursue. You have to be very courageous to be able to communicate with Buea. And after that, after my initiation, to say, with him, he was actually very soft, full of wisdom. I saw him in a garden with a tree. He was sitting under a tree, standing, and he had his birds with him. Buea is master of nature. He's a healer. He sometimes represents himself as the lion as well, but I saw him in human form. And he was speaking very much about that no one can copy him, and he is Buea, that he's very sovereign and he's very powerful. He had a lot of wisdom, a lot of healing. It's just a very beautiful grimoire. And then in that garden appeared 3 of his daughters, because first he was always repeating through the grimoire the words Sala, Sahatin, Hia. And of course, once I hear them, even most of the time I don't understand what it means. I wrote them as I heard, and it came many times, and then I understood he was speaking to his 3 daughters, Sala, Sahatin, and Hia. He has 3 daughters. And then I discovered that I am one of his daughters as well. I am Hia. And he was speaking directly to me about my gifts and how I should work with my gifts, how I should be strong in my gifts, as a father will do to a daughter. And it's a very beautiful grimoire. It's a grimoire of Buea. And after I wrote the grimoire of Lilith, I wrote too as well. Lilith is the first daughter of God, and she represents a lot of strength, power, determination, refusal. She was the first one to ever say no, to be very strong in her independent soul. God created her with this power that she carries within her, and it's one of my favorite grimoire. Lilith is absolutely just marvelous. There is no hesitation with Lilith. Everything came straight to the point. The work on the grimoire was very fast. It was almost like, as I've said, there is no hesitation with Lilith. She's as straight as one straight can be, And it became a very beautiful grimoire, Lilith, the grimoire of Lilith. After I wrote the grimoire of Barbatos, which is another demon from the Book of Solomon. And Barbatos is magician. He's a magician of the north. He's almost invisible. He does show himself sometimes, but he prefers to not be seen. He is almost like carried in the woods. He is like very much close to nature as well. In general, quite all demons are very close to nature, and they use nature. They have the ability to present themselves in our world, but through different meanings, like colors, lights, sounds. You almost see sometimes their shape, or you see them moving very fast. As I said, they have different abilities than us humans. They the ability to be invincible, to not be seen, the ability to move very fast, the ability to telepathically transmit information. And demons are neither good or evil. There is no one way. If one studies what a demon is, the word demon means an eternal soul, is an eternal being, and they are created by God. And if one studies them, as I said, understands that they are neither good neither evil. They don't have this duality, but they do stand for truth. They stand for very high values. So they are like the angels, but they have a different purpose than the angels, no? But they are not evil as we, or the Christianity has tried so much to picture them as these monsters and these evil beings. No, they are beings of eternal wisdom. They carry so much wisdom, and they are absolutely, I can only feel so much love for them without fear, because there was a certain type of fear that I had inside me, but it was wrong fear. It was something that it was embedded in the word demon, no? Which the way I was raised, or how we humans are raised to believe that they are dangerous or evil, or they will hurt humans, but they don't. They are so far away from humans that they have no interest in humans, but they do have interest in wisdom. They do have interest in sharing their secrets, or some part of their secrets. And I'm very blessed and very honored to be able to write their books. For me to be able to write and receive that information that they carry, I have to translate their language. It is very difficult, but it's almost like I push myself to trust my intuition the moment I'm writing, but I'm translating from another ancient language that it seems foreign to me as well, but I'm able to understand what it means. I'm able to receive from my poetic or my literary or my other talents that I have, I'm able to transfer this in a book, now a grimoire, that can be read by others as well. As I've said, I wish others that they read my books, because they do carry a lot of wisdom. They do awaken a soul. They do carry so much power that one is transformed through reading this book. But when you read it, you have to read it in a certain way that you really feel that it is true, that it is powerful, no? That you accept it into your own being. There is always a need of acceptance. If you don't accept, then you will not experience the book, or the book will not have that power over you, no? The way that it could have. So almost to say, one has to be a little bit educated before now reading a grimoire to know what it means, or the subject itself. Another grimoire that I'm recently wrote is called the Grimoire of Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is a very dark being. Dark doesn't mean evil, as I've said. Dark is potential. Dark is the source of life. Everything comes from the dark. It's like the seed in the earth. It is dark. Everything comes from that germination factor, no, of the darkness. As we have in our world, the night, the dark, it brings some type of wisdom, it brings some type of serenity, it brings some type of power, it brings some type of, almost to say, some type of sleep. It sleeps some senses, and then is able to awaken more deeper senses, no? So the dark carries so much value, it carries so much wisdom, it carries so much more than the light, no? The light shows us, or it's almost the illusion of us being able to see so much, but the dark carries the real wisdom. In the dark one finds the most hidden treasures. And this is what the grimoire is part of as well, no? And as I've said, if someone is interested to buy the grimoires, you can find them on Amazon under my name, Anaïs Giulia, or you just type in the name, no, of the grimoire, which I said I have Payman, the Lord of the Endless Silence, the Lord of the Abyss, C3, the Voice in the Darkness, Gusion, grimoire, Lilith, a grimoire, Vapula, a grimoire, Barbatos, a grimoire, and Asmodeus I'm going to publish very soon. The first grimoires, the one from Payman, the one from C3, Payman is almost 700 pages, C3 is 400 or 500 pages, or more, the largest ones. Gusion is around 300-400 pages. Lilith, Vapula, Barbatos, and Asmodeus are around 200 pages. And they're all very beautiful books. And I would like to still explain the translation part, how I'm able to do that. It is because in this life, a part of it, all of us, we study different subjects, and we discover a subject that we're able to master it very fast and very soon, and that shows that you or that person has been working on that subject in many lifetimes. This is one situation, no? To say, I never studied painting, but in 2 years I was able to paint so much. Why? Because in another life you mastered it already. That's why you enjoy to do it in this life, no? Or we take something that we never did and we are still able to master it through some type of help. We have some type of talent or some type of gifts or some type of help from the unseen. The unseen, all the forces, you know, many things that we don't see in our world exist, and they are there. And it's not that they are not, that they are unseen. One is able to see them if one can open that part of their mind, of their consciousness, of their ability to see through the heart, to hear through the silence, to hear through, or to see things different than others, to have the courage to speak differently, to be who you are truly, and not a copy of somebody else, or to say, well, if I speak about that, I'm not going to be accepted, or I'm going to be called mad. No, this has been a thematic through the history of mankind. No, it's like humans always try to fit in like the others, so there's a certain type of fear that we carry through our soul, no? But all this can be done actually in a very private way. It should be done in a private way, no? At your own comfort, at your own home, and as a child will follow their passion into something and believing in that as being truth, no? And following that passion, one can really bring something so special and unique from that darkness. Everything comes from darkness. Everything started with darkness. That's why I don't understand why humans fear darkness so much. Animals don't fear darkness. Animals are even more connected to the darkness that we are. They're even able to see in the dark. Even physically, they are more adept than us. And we humans, we have learned that darkness is like evil. Darkness is, time to just sleep, but it's not. Night is not only for sleep. In the night, one can work, one can find inspiration, one can speak with the forces of the unseen, look beyond the veil. You can believe in anything that you want in this world. You don't have to be accepted or agreed with no one upon your decision, your belief. So if you believe in fairies, if you believe in ghosts, if you believe you are able to speak to the animals, if you believe you are able to read the whispers of the wind through the way the trees move, then it's true. It is true for you, and that is enough. And it is such a beautiful talent to have, and believe in your talent and be able to follow that passion and create something unique through it. You will find a joy in your heart once that happens. Because why you feel the joy? Because it's the truth. The more closer you get to the truth, the more your soul will be alive. And the more far away you get from the truth, the more your soul will be dead, no, even if you're living. So it is, I think, very crucial, important that one follows their own dreams and follows their intuition and follows their own beliefs, even if you're the only person in the world who believes that. Who cares? If it's true for you, then it's true for you and doesn't have to be true for anyone else. And if you're able to create something and bring it in for others, knowledge is spared, no? They will be able to partake of your wisdom, of your genius, and they'll be able to understand something they never would if you will not have done it, no? So there's a beautiful seed. There are many seeds that lay in us, and we can decide which one we want to awaken. It can be writing, it can be dancing, it can be anything actually, no? So my choice has been painting. I'm a painter. I paint, which is very easily for me because I did master it in another lifetime. But I'm very strict. I like to paint only with watercolors. I don't like to paint with oil. I am more like the Asian type of painter. And writing has been my biggest passion in the world, for now at least. It has been quite a new adventure for me because it is not something I believe, it's almost to say the moment you see yourself as a writer, in that moment you are born as a writer. But my books are not marketing books like, let me write some false romance so women can fall in love in some characters in my book and pretend that, wow, that's a great book. That's not a great book. That's like toilet paper for me, because books should carry wisdom, not stories which are fake. Books should carry everything, any subject in the world, but it should be written in a wise way for a right intention, no? And my intention with my books is first to offer a writer or a reader, no, a glimpse of my world, of my knowledge, of my perception. At the same time, my purpose is to change people too as well through my books, no, to create something new that they enjoy, that they learn something, that they have been transformed in something better, in something more that they never expected them to be. No, a book has that power, and I try to write my books in a very beautiful way. I've written different genre, not only grimoires, but the grimoires are my favorite books because it is like dark gothic. It is something where I'm able to gather all my talents now, the talents which I really enjoy. I really enjoy being in this world, but at the same time being in very different type of worlds for my imagination that I'm able to create throughout my books. And it's almost like there is a door that I open for others. There is a mirror that I show others as well, with a different type of reflection, with a different type of taste, a different type of sense, a different type of experience, no? So the book really actually offers quite a lot. It offers a lot of experiences, a lot of, when you read a book that you really enjoy, you go, your heart, your soul goes through a travel, goes through different emotions, you feel more deep, you learn something new, you get excited, you get sad, you get, no, it's like you live a life through that book as well. That's why I do love books, or at least, to be honest, I love my books, but there are some books that I have read from others, and some I've really enjoyed and I really liked. They made me laugh, or they created, or I've read about worlds that I never imagined. So I really love fantasy. At the same time, you know, as I've said, books should be about knowledge. So I love books where I can able to learn something. I love books where they have a lot of, this about history. There is like a lot of images from the ancient past where I can see how people lived, how they dressed, what they, you know, what the language was. So I studied, before I started to write my books, I studied for many years ancient histories, ancient languages. I am a linguist. I've studied linguistics and languages as well, but in my own private time I went deeper than a university study. I went really deep into my own crazy rabbit hole of reading about the most old ever known languages that ever existed, no, as far as I could through history as well. And you know, that brought me, of course, a lot of pleasure, and I've used a lot of that knowledge throughout my books as well. And I am very good with languages. I'm able to translate very old languages as well, and especially for my grimoires, as I've said, my subjects, the demons, they all speak a different language that I am able to understand, even if not fully, but I am able to receive that translation from them, no, through their words, through their voice. I'm able then to create and translate them into the books as well. So this has been quite something that I'm very proud and very unique for me as well. And I first I almost made it as a game, no, but now after I've written so many grimoires, I am 100% sure it is a gift that I carry, or they have bestowed about me, for me, you know. And I have written the books, these grimoires, with a lot of integrity, with a lot of honesty, as good as I could, no, and at the same time making it pleasurable for the reader as well. I created a story, I created beautiful verses, beautiful poetic words, no, that transmit this type of feelings, and they are powerful. The grimoires are very powerful. As I said, demons have a power that they exude just through their eternal being, who they are. They do carry a lot of wisdom because they are eternal, so they live since we cannot count the years that they live. So as I've said, it's quite interesting for me to ask why they will share their wisdom with us. I think it's because they do want to help. Actually, it's a very kind gesture, a very beautiful gesture, for them to share something from their world with us. At the same time, you will sit with a friend and she or he will tell you things, will open their own life book for you, the same they did for me. That's why it's so special for me. That's why I took much pride and honor in integrity and love and dedication to be able to create something that they are proud of, that I honor them through my work in a high level, in a good level, as much as I could. Of course, I'm just human. I'm not perfect. My books are not perfect. But I do try that there are no mistakes. I sometimes publish the book and still find mistakes. I try to correct. I always try to improve my books. And I welcome you to enjoy, to read, pick one and see how it goes. I always write on the background of the book, on the back cover, a description of the subject of the book, just an idea that one can understand, so it's easier to choose if you're thinking to buy a grimoire of mine, and choose the one that resonates for you the most at that moment, and you can enjoy reading it, you can enjoy meditate on it, you can learn, feel something new, learn something new, grow in your own power, grow in your wisdom, in your own authority. The demons teach us very much about how we humans can be more assertive of who we are, and how we can accept ourselves more, because they do not judge. But they are very selective, demons are very selective. So almost to say, even when you will be able to reach a book of mine, you were selected for that, to read that book. I really believe that, so be proud of that. It's like, if you choose one book and read, be proud, know that there was a reason why you had or you chose to read that book. And if you follow up with another, then it's another sign that you should follow. There is something in that book, on that grimoire, for you as well, that will definitely help you in your life in many ways. I promise you. My words are not fake. My grimoires, my books are not fake. There's not one word fake in my book. There is actually the opposite of that. I speak very much about truth, integrity, wisdom, power, memory. It is a transformational type of book, so expect something not an easy read in that way. It is a pleasurable read, but it is something that will speak to your soul and will create something unique and special, that will elevate you. You will elevate yourself, through that book. In general, books offer this, but the grimoires work very specific on that as well. Of course, you're reading the knowledge of a demon that lived eons and eons of time, so there's a lot of wisdom in their words. And I'm happy that I was able to translate this for others as well. And this is my work as an artist, my work as a writer, and my entire being, my reason why I was born, the way I was raised, where I was raised, what type of education, what type of childhood I had, what type of gifts, what type of knowledge I had to, or experience I had to go through life to be able to open those doors for us. And it hasn't been easy, my path hasn't been easy at all. And I understand things that, or I've seen things that, it's almost to say that opening of the door is always painful. There's always a crack, a part of my heart. In the same time, that is the moment of transformation. This is the moment where I am able to feel deeply, and that is the moment where I am able to understand things deeply, and push myself away from the comfort of normal life, and be able to be courageous to touch things, speak about things, uncover things, look, search, find, write, work, all the things I do to bring these books to light. So as a writer, my wish will be to be respected, that one understands everything what goes into a book, and there's a lot that one carries through that book, and how much a book has, what special meaning it has to the writer itself, through his life or her life, through the work on the book, through the subjects, it's almost to say I elevate myself as well through one book that I write, and the next elevates me another one elevates me even more and even more. So it is a path, it is a travel for me as well. And I welcome you, I encourage you to buy. You know, a book doesn't cost much money, and it carries a lot of knowledge, a lot of purpose. It is a beautiful book that you can enjoy, you can have at your home. If you need any recommendation, which book of mine, which grimoire you will like to read, or if you need help that I can suggest a book for your grimoire. Now, if you tell me, well, I like this genre or like this subject, then I can tell you very easily which one will be fitting for you. So you can leave that in the comments, please. If you say, well, I would like to read this book, what it's about, or if you need more help with choosing one, I will be more than happy and glad to help you. And thank you so much for listening. Appreciate you so much. Until next time, all the best. Bye.